Okay, folks, I've already removed these screws. This little front screw just appears to be I thought it was an Allen there for a minute, but it's got a couple little notches in it, so it's not an Allen. And all it does is this base slides onto this receiver. It's dovetailed here, like a 22 scope mount almost. And it slides on there, and the back screw here is threaded. And it was loose too, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some blue Loctite on those and reinstall those, and hopefully that will cure that problem. So we'll do that, and then I'm going to work on the front side a little bit, and might see why this pin here keeps wanting to drift. Usually there's a spring or something over these that will lock them in, but maybe this one doesn't have one. So I'm going to lay this down here. I'm going to get my Loctite and try to keep you in frame here. What I'm going to do is take this little pair of pliers to hold my screw with, and I'm just going to put a drop. Looks like it might have had some Loctite on it. We're going to put some more. That may be too much. I don't want to get it down into my action. That may be a little too much. Let me dab it off here on a little something. Some of it. So we dabbed a little bit off there. That's still a lot of Loctite, but I want to make sure this stays in there. So I'm going to reinstall it. Just going to stick it in there with the pliers. Then I'm going to try and get this started back. Make sure I'm on frame there. So I don't want to over tighten that. I just want to get it good and tight. Don't want to wail on it. That's an aluminum receiver. This piece is aluminum. So this little front one, I'm just going to have to do the best I can do on this one. Try to hold that and get in frame. Enough Loctite on this just to hold that in there. I should be able to start this back with my fingers. Of course, they're in the way of you seeing what I'm doing. The curse of fat fingers. Want to get that started. Okay, that is started. And this new little heart screwdriver fit that slot just perfect. So we're going to use that to tighten this down with. And hopefully that will cure that problem. Like I said, this is, that would have been better if it had been an Allen, but I tried several small Allen keys and ran through it, and I couldn't feel any ridges. And in looking, I couldn't tell that it was an Allen wrench. So this is what we're going to use. It is notched in top, so for a screwdriver bit. So that's what we're going to use. And like I said, we don't want to over tighten it. Just want to get it down there at the Loctite when it dries. That should hold it. So another thing I noticed was when I was shooting it is and I did take part of it apart, but the buttstock is a little loose, or the pistol grip. So we're going to tighten that up while I'm here. Let me find me an Allen wrench, and we'll tighten that up while we're doing this. Okay, so it takes a 6mm socket, or Allen key I should say. And what we're going to do with this is we're just going to take this off and put some Loctite on that too. And And there's the back of how your receiver's made. Let's wipe a little bit of that oil off. I don't think we need it back here in between the stock and the... That's how much oil's seeping out of the gun. So, let's see, maybe while we're doing this, let's see if we can figure out what's going on here. So we should just be able to take this pin out right here, which is kind of drifting anyway. That holds your trigger group in. Let's just see how this works. Is there anything else holding it? I don't see any screws. Maybe it slides out. Oh, it kind of goes forward. So, doesn't appear to be anything that would hold that pin in. It does have notches in it there. It goes through there. I would think that would have a spring or something to hold that, but there's not. That's odd. There's a better look at up inside the gun. So anyway, well, let's stick this back down in there and see if we can get it lined up and where it goes. Maybe that needs to go down or not. It just sits in there and that one pin holds it. Let's wipe this pin off. It's got a lot of oil on it, so maybe the oil's causing it to migrate. I may have to get a bigger pin or something to go through it. I'm definitely going to have to watch it and not let it walk out and lose it. But it just sticks in there. It's not very tight at all. So anyway, that's not real good, but you know, as long as I don't lose it, I guess that's okay. So I've Loctited this, Now we'll reinstall the grip. Let me wipe some of this oil off the back of the grip. And I'm going to put this back on. And it just slides up on there. And I'm going to put some Loctite on my bolt here. Wipe the oil off that, and Loctite might work better. Man, I can't believe it, all that oil got around the back of that gun like that. I didn't oil that heavily. So let's put some Loctite on this. I'm not sure how far it threads up in there, so we're going to put quite a bit along that edge. And I know you're not going to be able to see this because I can't get the right angle, but make sure that starts back good. And remember, you are threading into aluminum, so don't get wild with it. Give it a good tighten, but don't tighten it so much that you strip out your aluminum. Okay, so we've got the butt stocked, or the pistol grip tightened back up. We've got Loctite here and Loctite on our front, so that should cure those. I'll just have to watch this pin, and if it gets to being an issue, I may have to, I don't know what I could do. Any suggestions? Leave them in the comments as to what I can do about that. So let's take a look at this barrel. what it really needs is a little washer. I'm going to have to go try and find one at some time, but it's got this screw here, and the screw is not extremely tight because, you know, it's bottoming out. So, but it does mount on this post, and it would appear to me that if you took that sight base off, they probably make a bead or something that screws in there. This is probably the sight base for the model that doesn't have the adjustable sights. Probably got a bead that screws in right there. So that's, but this is milled out on the bottom, so you can't really, it can't really fall off. Well, I guess it can if you lose a screw, but the sight fits over it like that, and you know, and I really need, I guess I could file the end of this off a little bit, but I could take my Dremel and Dremel that down and make it a little shorter, but I'm afraid that maybe I couldn't get it re-threaded in there, because it would appear to me that this is kind of going in at an angle because of the way the sight is. You have to kind of hit that at an angle in order to get that in there. And my theory is that it's bottoming out. See, right there is about bottom, so we ain't getting a lot of bite on that. So what I'm going to do is just going to put a little Loctite on it for now, because I do not have a washer that small. But I don't want to lose it, so I'm going to put a little Loctite on it just to hold it until I can take it off and put a washer on. So I'm going to put me a little bit of Loctite. I may contact the manufacturer and see if they'll send me a new front sight screw, because this one is definitely subpar in my opinion. So this is going to be tricky. Alright, I just lost all my Loctite. Let's try a different method on this. Let's drop this through there. Sorry guys, I'm trying not to fumble with this. And let's try this again. I'm trying not to wipe off all my Loctite. See, that just don't go down far enough. It needs something in there. It needs a washer. I should have looked for some when I was in town. Anyway, that will keep me from losing that screw until I can go somewhere and find a little washer. Like I said, I may contact the manufacturer, just shoot them an email and see if they'll replace that. Anyway, see, that's poor right there. Anyway guys, just a quick video. I thought I'd do those few little things to the shotgun here and take care of a few little issues that I've seen, and next time we shoot it, we'll see if this stuff reoccurs. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. I appreciate it. Don't forget to leave me a comment, thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next video.